Welcome back, everybody, to The Deep Dive. You know, we love to get into the nitty-gritty of business, and today we have a really, really interesting development. Dollar Tree is selling its Family Dollar chain to a private equity consortium for $1 billion. $1 billion.
$1 billion.
So this news came out right on the heels of Dollar Tree's fourth quarter results this past Wednesday.
Yeah.
And it really made us think, who's going to be the winners? Who's going to be the losers?
Absolutely.
As a result of this pretty significant shift
Right. Yeah.
in the discount retail world.
Absolutely. And you might remember this deal from back in 2015 when Dollar Tree and Family Dollar merged.
Yeah.
It was a big deal at the time.
Yeah.
And it's been interesting watching how it's unfolded because, the data really shows that Family Dollar's performance has been kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
Particularly when you look at same-store sales, which is, how much sales increase year over year in stores that have been open for more than a year. That's kind of the key sign of a retailer's health.
Yeah.
And for Family Dollar, it's been a little hit and miss,
Well, yeah.
Definitely not the kind of steady growth that we've seen from the Dollar Tree brand.
Exactly. And I think what's really important to note here is just the sheer scale of the loss that Dollar Tree is taking. So we're talking about $1 billion sale
Right.
for a company that they paid $8.5 billion for
Yeah.
almost a decade ago. So that's a $7.5 billion
Wow.
difference.
That's huge.
And it really highlights just how much Dollar Tree wanted to divest itself of Family Dollar.
Yeah, yeah.
So for me, at least, the mission of this deep dive is to figure out what are the ripple effects of this sale going to be across the discount retail world. Who is likely to come out ahead and who's going to maybe face some new challenges as a result of this?
Okay, that's a great question. Let's start by looking at Dollar Tree itself.
Okay.
On the surface, a $7.5 billion loss sounds incredibly painful.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
It is. It's a lot of money. And it's not just the sale price. It's also all the resources that they poured into trying to turn Family Dollar around. All that adds up.
Right.
But even with that massive write-down, the prevailing wisdom seems to be that this was a necessary move for Dollar Tree.
Okay.
Family Dollar has been a real drag on their overall financial performance.
Yeah.
And that's probably already baked into their stock price to a large extent.
Yeah. I mean, it's down, what, like 60% from its peak in 2022? I mean,
That's wild.
there are a lot of things that contribute to that kind of price decline. But you can't argue that Family Dollar didn't play a significant role there.
Right. Exactly. So, yeah, the immediate financial hit is undeniable. But shedding Family Dollar, which, one report called the distraction of Family Dollar, allows Dollar Tree to really concentrate its energy and resources on its more successful brand. I mean, it's like a gardener pruning a tree sometimes.
Right.
You have to remove the weaker branches so that the healthy ones can thrive.
Yeah, bump the dead weight. You know what's interesting is, so Family Dollar, now being under this new ownership,
Right.
which is what they call a private equity consortium, essentially a group of investors
Yeah.
who are pooling their money to acquire and then potentially restructure Family Dollar, they're not expected to become a direct competitor to Dollar Tree,
Yeah, that's interesting.
which seems a little bit
Oh.
counterintuitive at first because they're both in the discount sector.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're both dollar stores. But I think the big difference is the stuff they sell.
Right.
Like Family Dollar, they get most of their revenue, like 80% of their revenue, from consumables.
Right.
So, food, household supplies, personal care items.
Necessities.
Yeah, the necessities, exactly. And then only about 20% is from discretionary stuff.
Okay.
Dollar Tree, on the other hand, is much more balanced.
Right.
It's almost a 50-50 split
Oh, interesting.
between those essential consumables
Wow.
and then those more fun discretionary delights,
Right.
as one article put it.
So the impulse buys.
Exactly. The treat purchases,
Yeah.
the stuff that you don't necessarily need but makes you happy.
Yeah.
And those things might be less impacted by the need-based purchases,
Right.
driving Family Dollar's base.
And then you can't forget the fact that Dollar Tree has this super strong commitment to that $1.25 price point.
Right. Yeah, the vast majority of their merchandise is $1.25.
Right.
I think that really resonates with people, especially in this economy.
Yeah, it seems like consumers really do see these two chains differently,
Mm-hmm.
even if we ourselves
Yeah.
might pop into both
Yeah.
at different times for different things.
Right.
But there's this general feeling that they can coexist in the market
Yeah.
without really stealing customers from each other.
Right.
And for similar reasons, I think that a place like Five Below, with its different target audience and
yeah.
its potentially higher price points, isn't really expected to feel a significant threat
Yeah.
from a revamped Family Dollar.
Yeah. They're really going after different demographics. Five Below is more for teenagers and young adults,
Right.
whereas Family Dollar is more for families and lower income shoppers.
So if we connect all this to the bigger retail landscape, the retailer that seems most directly in the firing line of a revitalized Family Dollar is probably Dollar General.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, they've got, what, over 20,000 stores nationwide?
Yeah.
And their merchandise mix, the core customer that they're targeting, even their pricing strategy, they're all described in the sources as being almost identical to Family Dollar.
Yeah, they're practically twins.
Yeah.
So a Family Dollar, under this new private equity ownership, can kind of streamline things, update their stores, become a little bit more appealing. They're going after the same customer with very similar products.
Right.
At very similar prices. And, the timing of this couldn't be worse for Dollar General because their recent performance hasn't been great.
Well, that's what I was just going to say. It's really interesting to look at their recent performance.
Yeah.
Same-store sales growth for them has been pretty anemic.
Yeah, they've been lagging behind Dollar Tree.
Yeah, notably. And it's interesting.
Yeah.
Dollar General's own CEO has attributed some of their challenges to their core customer, who tends to be less affluent, simply having less money to spend.
Yeah.
Because of the pressure of inflation.
Makes sense.
On everyday necessities. So they're getting squeezed.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
right.
Dollar Tree's CEO, Michael Creedon, during their earnings call, pointed out that they're seeing stronger demand from higher income customers who are increasingly seeing Dollar Tree as a go-to place to save money on a range of products.
Yeah.
So they're going up market. We're seeing that too with Walmart, right? That they're attracting a broader spectrum of income levels these days.
Yeah, it's like even wealthier people are looking for deals now.
So Dollar General is in a tough spot.
They are. They've got this newly invigorated Family Dollar on the one hand, and then they've got these existing challenges related to their core customer having less money to spend.
Yeah.
And then
the higher income customers are going to Dollar Tree.
Exactly.
They're getting squeezed from both sides.
Yeah, not a comfortable position to be in.
Not at all. So how about Ollie's bargain outlet?
So Ollie's, the analysis suggests they're facing a moderate level of threat from an improved Family Dollar.
Okay.
They've got, 571 stores.
Okay.
So they certainly have a presence. But their business model, it's a little different.
Okay. What makes them different?
So their thing is closeout merchandise and overstock goods.
Right.
Which they can buy at deep discounts.
So
they're not necessarily competing head-to-head on price
right.
with Family Dollar or Dollar General on the same everyday items.
Yeah.
It's much more...
So their inventory is opportunistic.
Exactly. It's all about the deals they can find.
Right, right. So it's not just low prices, it's that treasure hunt.
Exactly. It's the thrill of the find.
Right.
So while a stronger Family Dollar might attract some of those general bargain shoppers, Ollie's unique sourcing strategy gives them a bit of a buffer.
Yeah. But, okay, how about the big kahuna, Walmart?
So the consensus is that they're largely unaffected by this Family Dollar sale.
Okay.
At least in the short to medium term.
Okay. That was a little bit of a surprise to me.
Yeah.
I mean, considering how big they are and the fact that they also cater to value-conscious shoppers.
Right.
And they sell many of the same things.
Right. But I think if you really think about how you shop and how the typical consumer shops, the roles that Walmart and Family Dollar play are quite distinct. Like, Walmart is your big pantry loading trip.
Right.
It's where you stock up on all the groceries, the household essentials.
Okay.
Family Dollar is more for those quick trips when you need a few things right away.
Yeah, it's a different mission.
It's a different mission, and I think that's likely to remain even with potential improvements at Family Dollar.
Right.
It's just the formats are different, the shopping missions are different.
But I think the analysis also brings up this broader challenge that faces these community-focused dollar stores.
Yeah.
That goes beyond just this Family Dollar sale.
Right.
What is that? What is that bigger picture?
Well, it's the fundamental viability of this traditional dollar store model.
Okay.
In today's retail environment, just think about Walmart's reach. 90% of the U.S. population lives within 10 miles of a Walmart.
It's crazy.
That's incredible.
Everyone.
It's a huge competitive hurdle for anyone.
Yeah.
And then you add in the online marketplaces, which are growing so rapidly, like Temu, for example.
Yeah.
These digital retailers are giving consumers even more reasons to skip the physical stores altogether.
Right.
You know, they've got huge selection,
Yeah.
low prices,
Yeah.
delivered right to your door. So it's not just about the competition between brick and mortar dollar stores anymore.
Right.
It's about this much bigger shift in how people are shopping.
Right.
And in a business with such thin margins as retail, even small disruptions can have a huge impact.
Yeah. Yeah. So it seems like Dollar Tree, with their really specific focus on those low-priced discretionary items,
Yeah.
you know, that dirt cheap discretionary delight experience,
Right.
is in a somewhat stronger position to weather these storms.
Yeah, I think so. Especially in an economy like this with
Right.
persistent inflation
Yeah,
and
yeah.
concerns about tariffs and all that.
Right.
I think that focus on really low-priced, impulse-driven, discretionary items really appeals to a wide range of people.
Right, including higher income folks who are now looking for a bargain.
Exactly.
So to summarize this deep dive into the dollar store shakeup,
Yeah.
it seems like Dollar Tree is in a better strategic position by finally shedding that underperforming Family Dollar.
Yeah.
Dollar General seems to be the one facing the most significant threat
Yeah.
from a revitalized Family Dollar. Ollie's bargain outlet has got that unique business model,
Right.
which gives them a little bit of a buffer.
Yeah.
Walmart, at least for now,
Yeah.
seems like they're going to be okay.
Right.
But the big question is, can the traditional dollar store model as a whole really survive against the Walmarts and the online marketplaces?
Yeah. It's a good question. And it's a question that all retailers, not just dollar stores, are going to have to grapple with.
Right.
You know, this whole situation raises a really interesting question.
What's that?
You know, given this changing retail landscape and the way consumers are behaving, what do traditional brick and mortar discount stores need to do to not just survive,
Right.
but thrive? You know, it's not just about who wins or loses in this Family Dollar sale. It's about the future of the whole discount retail sector.
Yeah, it's a really good question to think about.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it for our deep dive into the dollar store world. We'll see you next time.